I'm Aaron with Seattle Piano Company, and today we are in our showroom in downtown Seattle, Washington. It's a little odd selling pianos in California, being a shop in Seattle, but we've been selling a lot of pianos in the Northern California area, and I think reason being, what we specialize in are really high-end restorations and refurbishing of Yamaha, Kawai, Steinway, and European pianos. So a lot of the stuff that we have in here is pretty sought after, and it's stuff that's kind of like worth shipping in distance. But in any case, when we're selling multiple pianos going down to California, we're able to kind of do a pretty affordable delivery rate. So in any case, let me know if you see something that you like. I'll make you a great deal on delivery. Everything's going to come with a 5-year warranty, a matching bench, and a free in-home tuning. So after you've completed your purchase, the piano's been delivered, you have support on the back end as well. We want to make sure that you're really happy with your piano. So some of the stuff that we have in here right now, this Yamaha is the C3 is a really great example of the kind of pianos that we carry. The C3 is a really popular grand piano. It's probably our most requested grand piano. When people call and ask if we have any Yamaha grands in, it's usually the C3 that people are really after. So this one, we refurbish a ton of our stuff in-house in our workshop, but this one in particular, we actually imported direct from Japan. There's a company that we work with based in Hamamatsu City in Japan, and all they do is restore and refurbish Yamaha grand pianos. So like kind of looking in here, I mean, it looks brand new, right? I mean, because a lot of it is brand new. So the plate has been refinished, the soundboard's been refinished, new decal, new damper heads, new damper felts, new strings, new tuning pins. I mean, everything, and what we refer to as the belly of the piano has been replaced. And then they go through and they'll polish out all the original brass hardware. They do a really great job on the finish. Old Yamaha finishes, or just even Yamaha finishes today as well, they're really thick, and they're made out of this stuff called polyester. It's kind of like a fiberglass resin. It's more of like a resin than it is like a lacquer. So you can take an older finish, this one's from 1979, and you can wet sand and polish and make it look brand new again. If there are some pieces of the piano that look like they're a little bit beyond just the wet sand and polish sort of service, they refinish it altogether with that same poly material. So this piano is in as new condition aesthetic-wise, and with the belly. It has the original action and the original hammers in it, but they sound and play really great. I've actually had a couple people come in here, one guy in particular that was playing C3s all day at other stores, and he said this sounds even better than the C3X that I was playing. So pretty high regard for this piano. It's voiced really well. This is a really great piece. The Yamaha C7 is a monster of a piano. This one also came direct from Japan. This is a 2005 model, and just kind of finding used C7s in general can sometimes be a little bit tricky, but finding the newer stuff like this is kind of hard to come by. So this one is in as new condition. Same treatment as that one cosmetic wise, but it has all of its original parts, but they took what was there and made it as best as it can be. So this thing, with its original strings, hammers, and all that, I mean, it has several decades worth of playing left in it, and it sounds great, feels great. It's an awesome piano. Here's our Baldwin SF. This thing's kind of unique. This was sort of towards the end of Baldwin's run as a United States company. And they had like all of this like proprietary stuff that they were developing in the 1980s, 70s and 80s, and then implementing through the 1990s. But like these hitch pins here are a little bit different than you're going to find in other pianos. This weird like duplex system, or I'm not even sure if that's even considered duplex, but whatever this tuning system is up here, this stuff is not standard. I mean, it's a total Baldwin innovative design. I mean, you're only going to see that in Baldwin pianos, but this has a German-made action in it. So most really high-end European piano builders, so even like Bosendorfer or Fazioli, they all use Renner as the company to manufacture the internal moving parts, the action parts for them. And so Baldwin did the same thing. This is our top-tier instrument. Let's give like the best action parts in the world. So that's what you're going to find in this guy. I also put brand new bass strings on this piano, so it has a really, really strong low end. It sounds great. This Boston, honestly, there's a few favorites that I have in here, but this Boston is definitely one of them. This one is 5'10" in length, I believe. This is a late 1990s model. This is one that we did in-house. And so when you kind of look at a piano that we've gone through, on the inside it just looks really clean, really new. We've gone through and we've done a ton of work to the finish. So we go through and do what the guys in Japan do with the wet sanding and the polishing. We have a special buffing room because it's a pretty messy process. but we have a special buffing room that we take the piano into, and we go through every bit of it to make it look as nice as possible. Another thing with this piano is it's weird to say that it's new old stock, because it's not like it was like hanging out in a warehouse or anything, but when we brought it in, it had really good bones, but the hammers had like no wear on it. It looks like maybe it got like tuned maybe once or twice, something like that. I mean, the string grooves were like super minimal. So this thing has seen very little play in its life. The overall construction, the strings, the tuning pins, cosmetics and everything. I mean, this piano, again, several decades left in this piano. This is a really great buy. We'll go over to the Steinway over here. So every once in a while, I'll bring in a Steinway to restore. It's something I really love doing, but unfortunately, it's not always the most practical thing for us to do as a shop. It'd take a really long time to do right. But looking at this one, it came out really beautifully. The finish is flawless. The inside, oh, this thing's from 1940, by the way. But in the inside on this piano, let's see if I can get this thing out of here. So kind of similar to that C3 that we were looking at. So it's like new strings, tuning pins, hammers. Or the other one didn't have new hammers, but this one does. This one has a completely new action. The belly was completely restored. I went through and did the action personally on this one. It feels awesome. When I'm, or at least like the last couple weeks anyway, when I'm in here like in the evenings and I'm playing piano for a little while, this is the one I've been sitting at. I've been kind of like working in the voicing and kind of dialing it in a little bit. So this has been a really fun project. The last two grand pianos that we have here, also very cool. These are the only two brand new grand pianos that we have in here. These are Mason and Hamlin pianos. Mason and Hamlin, if you're kind of researching pianos and like the best manufacturers, that sort of thing, you're gonna see Mason and Hamlin right next to Steinway. These two come from the Mason and Hamlin Artist Series and the Classic Series. So this Artist Series has Mason and Hamlin's proprietary carbon fiber action on the inside, which was really cool to work with and dial in. It's the first one that I've done, but I've been really pleased with it. And the Classic Series over here has their traditional wooden action. Both of these pianos are very affordable for brand new pianos. Mason & Hamlin has a site in Boston, or right outside of Boston, where they manufacture their American line of pianos. These were both manufactured by a company in China called Pearl River, who is the same company that Steinway contracts to make their Essex line of pianos. They're now the largest piano builder in the world. They have like a really vast selection of materials that they can use, and they can really build pianos of any tier. So what I really loved about these two is they sound and they play great, especially the one with the carbon fiber action, but the soundboard, I mean, this is something, like if you don't know too much about a manufacturer, like a way to really kind of dig into a piano's quality is looking at the soundboard material that they use. All soundboards are going to be made out of spruce, but there's different grades of spruce, right? So I mean, there's the Sitka spruce that Yamaha and Steinway use, but then there's like that like Austrian spruce from the Alps that a lot of German manufacturers use, like Schimmel and Bosendorfer. But what you're looking for is a really tight grain. You want a really like a nice old growth piece of spruce panels to be used in the soundboard. And I was like, when we took this out of the crate, we're seeing the underside of it, and so I'm seeing the soundboard really before anything, and I couldn't believe the cuts that they use for this. I mean, they're really nice. It's a really tight grain, it's a really great color, and it shows. I mean, when you play these things, they project, they sound awesome. So anyway, these are available as well. Pricing on these, you have to call us direct, actually. So I can kind of give MSRP on our website, but our actual sale price, we're not allowed to advertise per our dealer agreement with Mason and Hamlin. So if you have any questions about these, give me a shout. And then over to some uprights. Actually, this one keeps getting overlooked for whatever reason. I think that this is a U1, it's the modern cabinet design, it's in great shape, it has the Disclavier player in it, and I think a lot of times people, you're either in the market for a piano with a player system or you're not, right? I mean, a lot of times you're not gonna buy a piano with a player system in it if that's not what you were out to go and purchase, but I think that there's a lot of benefits to this one. So not only does it play itself, which is awesome, and we've upgraded it so you can select the song you want to hear from your phone, hit play, the piano plays itself, that's awesome. But this has so many other tools built into it. It has a silent system built into it, so when you press down the middle pedal, this bar engages inside the piano and it keeps the hammers from hitting the strings. So you can play the piano, make no noise on the inside of the piano, but there's an electronic signal that gets sent over to the headphone jack, and you basically have turned your piano into an electric keyboard, which is really great for practicing. That same optical rail that's down there that's allowing you to play it as a keyboard will also allow you to record on the piano. And so you can either record the stuff that you're playing like right on board to this unit here, or you can line it into a computer and take stuff and edit it. You can write stuff on your computer and then send it into the piano. I mean, they're really versatile, really, really cool tools. So in any case, this U1 I think is a really great buy. We have a Mason and Hamlin over here, same size, 48-inch, and same deal. For the price on that, you gotta give me a call so I can let you know. But what I really dig about these is it's got a really dark tone. I mean, it's kind of like a darker traditional American sounding piano. So it's a pretty big contrast from a lot of the other stuff that I have in here. So this one I like a whole lot. These two pianos, the Yamaha U3s. So these are kind of akin to the Yamaha C3 that we started with. When we get phone calls like, hey, do you have any Yamaha uprights? A lot of times people are looking for the Yamaha U3. So it's 52 inches tall. It's really meant for industrial style playing. So I mean, it's meant to be played day in and day out. So you see these a lot like in college practice studios, recording studios, things like that. So you're going to get a really great tone out of it because the soundboard and the strings are so long, but you're also going to get something with a lot of longevity. So this is a U3 right here, and this is something that we just uncrated today that came direct from Japan to us. This is a Y U3. So this is actually a Yamaha U3 with upgraded components. So it's going to have the modern cabinet design. This is what a brand new U3 will look like with this kind of sharper line on the side here. But it also has upgraded soundboard material, upgraded hammer shanks, upgraded strings. So I mean, they take what makes Yamaha U3s so great and they even elevate it from there. So this is a 1998 model. Getting stuff this new is really difficult to get out of Japan. I mean, typically the stuff available is from the 1980s, maybe even some stuff from the 1970s, but the stuff from the 90s and 2000s, really difficult to get our hands on. But in the case of this one and the C7 we have over there, we got really lucky and we were able to bring them in. We have some more stuff that we've refurbished in-house. This nice little Kawai 44-inch. This old American Chickering right here. This thing I'm kind of on the fence about selling. I've had this for a few years now. This is a Yamaha U7. It has a teak cabinet. It was never imported into the US. This came from Japan, from somebody like in the 90s, I think. This is a 1969 model. It has ivory keys. The inside is sort of German influenced as far as the manufacturing goes. In here, the design in here goes. So it's A-graphed all the way down, which is something only piano nerds know about, but it really helps with the sustain and the tone. It has a functioning sostenuto. It has a lot of really cool stuff, but I don't know, I like stuff from the 1960s and 1970s. So really for me, it's the mid-century cabinet that really does it for me on this one. But I don't know, if you're watching this video and you maybe have an interest in this, give me a call, we can talk. And then what else do we got? We're working on, this thing is killer actually. I really dig this one. This is a 1959, I believe, Steinway Model 100. It is a 44-inch tall piano. And as you can see, it's totally taken apart. We're kind of like mid-refurbish on this, but looking on the inside, you can see it's like super clean, right? So we go through and we polish out the strings and the pressure bars. We do a really thorough deep cleaning to the key bed. We do a lot of work to the finish. We do a lot of work to the brass components and whatnot, like the hardware, the pedals and the casters and all that stuff. All these felts underneath the keys are going to be replaced. This back rail cloth is going to get replaced. So we're going to take what's here and elevate it to the best condition possible. But you can kind of see, just like from the side of it here, it kind of has that same sort of like Art Deco moving into a mid-century type of cabinet to it. This piano was sold brand new in Seattle at Sherman Clay, downtown Seattle, when it was brand new. So been here a long time. This is a really great piece. We got a few more things. Really nice Yamaha console. I sold this one like 2 years ago, and then the people that I sold it to were moving, so it's back here on consignment. And what was really cool about this one is, you know, looking at it, I'm like, oh man, it's in really great shape. But of course it is. We went through and we did a really intensive refurbish on it before it went out a couple years ago. So yeah, this thing is ready to go again. Kawai 50-inch. This is another one where I dig the tone. It sounds great. It's playing really nicely. But again, this one also has like a really cool cabinet design. I really love how the legs are braced down here, and it's just very minimalist, but like kind of very sturdy looking design. It just looks like an impressive, substantial piece. So anyway, this would look great in any room, I think. And then lastly, we have this nice Yongchang right here. We actually put a new set of hammers in on this thing. So it has brand new Japanese hammers on the inside. It's had the same service that we just showed on that Steinway that we were looking at, the upright, where we've completely disassembled it, did a really thorough cleaning, replaced the felts underneath the keys. Really like a bunch of cabinet work's been done to it. I mean, it looks brand new. There's a few things I'm touching up on the bottom there, but other than that, when those repairs are done, I mean, this is showroom ready. It's ready to go. So this could be a really great low cost option for someone. And then other than that, I think that's pretty much everything we have in the showroom. We have this Hallett Davis 52-inch right here that's sort of on clearance, as well as this Schultz Pullman right here, which is it has a cabinet that was built in Italy. It has a really great inlay. This has always been a really difficult piano to film and photograph, but there's a peacock mahogany sort of like charcoal colored fanning of a mahogany spread on the front panel there. All right, so that was a long-winded video. Thanks for looking through the showroom with me. If you have any questions, you can give me a call or shoot me an email. It's just me and my apprentice, the guy behind the camera here at the store. But if you call or email, it's going to go direct to me. My name is Aaron. Thanks a lot for watching.